Here's a very sad story about a Russian pianist. I was talking to a Russian friend earlier today, and he was explaining how this pianist had died from hunger strike in jail, not eating, not drinking. And what had he done wrong? He was arrested on terrorist charges because he started a YouTube channel that questioned Russian policy. He was arrested, he was charged with terrorism, and he had five subscribers. There's a man called Paweł Kusznir, and he's 39 years old. He was in jail awaiting sentencing, being treated appallingly in the isolation centre. And the stories come out on the Telegram, which is pretty well the only means of communication now that YouTube has been slowed down to the point of non-existence and the Russian alternatives are being wheeled out, which really aren't very good. China has sensed everything and basically stopped the internet getting through, and yet it's put in place alternatives. Russia has silenced everything and not put in place effective alternatives. So people are extremely frustrated. But I gather from my friends that even VPNs don't work very well in Russia today. Paweł was arrested in May, and he died on the 27th of July in Birobidzhan in the Far East. The other areas that we were talking about was the nonsense, according to the Russian constitution, of the prisoner swap. Because under the Russian constitution, prisoners who are held in Russia have to be consulted and have to consent before they are sent out of the country, or indeed, I think, before they move from one prison to another. And this isn't happening. They weren't asked whether or not they wanted to leave. I'm sure many of them did want to leave, but they weren't asked. And so Britain, the US, Germany are defending Russian citizens from the Russian government. Britain and the US are offering more to Russian citizens than Russia itself. The irony of that is extraordinary, as Putin languishes in the fridge. Maybe he's smelling by now. But he's creating a stink politically and diplomatically across the world, and it's been going on since 2014. And there's no rhyme or reason for it. In the end, Ukraine and Russia need to live next to each other and need to find a way to get on. And Putin's madness, Russia is going to be paying the price for that madness for years after. That is assuming there will be a resolution. By the way, I'm not the only person who thinks that he's dead. It's only in the West and only on the things like YouTube that there are people who think, oh, you've got to be reasonable, this is just a ridiculous conspiracy theory. Actually, a large group of people, particularly in Russia, think Putin died long ago.